Good evening, sir.
Yeah, hello everyone. Good evening. So this is solve with instructor session. So you have to go
Good
to
evening,
join.
ma'am.
Good evening. So you have to go to joinpd.com and enter this code. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So everyone, please go to joinpd.com and enter this code. Okay.
Ma'am, what is the code?
See here, no YPRBEG.
Okay, okay.
That one. Yeah. No space, just YPRBEG.
Here they are asking now, ma'am, how are you feeling today? That I want to give a smiling image only, no, ma'am.
Yeah, it's okay. You can skip that also, or you can give anything.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
That's all with the instructor.
Yeah, solve with instructor session. This is solve with instructor session.
Ma'am,
Yeah,
what we are going to do, ma'am?
I will display some questions. So I will give some time. You can solve those questions in that time frame. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Let us start.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am. Start.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, this is your first question. Are you able to choose something? Is something is visible to you? Like write your answer.
Yes, ma'am.
Am I audible clearly or is there some breaking or something?
Audible, ma'am.
Clear,
Yeah,
ma'am.
thank you. Yeah, thank you. So we'll wait for some more time and we'll see this question.
Ma'am, we can write only the option.
Yeah,
A,
you
B,
can write
C,
only.
D.
Yeah, yes, yeah.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
And there is a box. no,
Ma'am,
the
there is
answer
no
a dialog
submit
box.
option.
But I can see responses, no? You are able to, yeah, I can see what students have written.
You don't have to submit.
Ma'am, the answer here dialog box is there, no, ma'am. That we want to write only option or option with answer, ma'am.
Option A, B, or C, or D. It's enough to write.
Yes,
That
ma'am.
is enough. Yeah.
Ma'am, if you written correctly, means that is all. Move to next question, now, ma'am.
No, actually, this is instructor paste activity. So once the question is done, we will discuss the question. Okay.
Single correct or multiple correct?
It is MSQ, multiple correct options.
Okay.
Yeah, multiple correct options. Sorry?
And where we have to go. And where we have to go to join this.
Go to joinpd.com and enter this code YPRBEG. The code which
Okay.
is shown on the right corner.
Ma'am, there is a dialog box in the peer deck.
Mm.
We have the write only the option name.
Yeah, you have to write the option name A, B, C, D, anything like that.
But there is not submit option.
But yeah, I think writing is enough because I'm able to see your responses. Okay, let us discuss this question. Should I wait for a few more minutes? Anyone want some more time?
No, ma'am, discuss the question.
Okay. So what is the answer? Like, what do you think the answer is?
ABD.
AB.
AB.
A and B.
A and B.
Okay, let us see the
A
answer.
and B.
A and B.
So answer is C and D. Okay.
Answer should be A also.
Answer is just
It is an OR operator.
Ma'am, but there is a gender male, na?
we'll discuss. We'll discuss.
City
We'll
is
dis-
Chennai.
Yeah, let us discuss this. Let me stop sharing and show the editor as well. So both of my screens are visible, right?
Yes.
Ma'am, option C and D, ma'am.
Yeah, answer
Yes,
is
ma'am.
option C and D. Wait, let me just compress this and wait somewhere. Why this is happening? I'm just pausing my share. So what is visible? Both of my screens or only one screen?
Only one.
Only one is
Only one screen, ma'am.
Okay, wait.
I have a doubt with this answer also because there is mention only male, but in option it's coming with the female also. How it is, ma'am?
Yeah, I will explain. So
Okay.
let me, yeah, everyone please think of that question as well. Meanwhile, I'm fixing something here.
Ma'am, please again show show question, ma'am, because different answer.
Yeah, I will show the question. Just
Yes, yes.
so are both of my screens visible?
Yes, ma'am, visible.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, visible.
Oh, thank you.
Ma'am,
Yes,
please show
ma'am.
question, ma'am, again.
Sorry,
Show question. It answer, na?
question is there. No, question is visible, right? For
Nay,
everyone.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Previous answer,
Yeah.
ma'am. Previous answer.
Yes, ma'am.
This is the answer. This is the first question. Okay. The thing
That-
is the following pseudocode is executed using scores dataset. What will A represent at the end of execution? The pseudocode is executed using scores dataset and we are asking for what is A. So you can check here what is A. A equal to A plus X dot mathematics. No?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
So when we are adding mathematics marks to A equal to A is initially 0 and actually we are iterating over the loop over our cards. We are checking for some condition. If that condition is satisfied, then we are doing A equal to A plus X dot mathematics. X dot mathematics. So A is nothing but sum of the mathematics marks. But which sum? We are adding the mathematics marks to A only if some condition is satisfied. What is that condition? So it is clear, right? A is nothing but sum of the mathematics marks. But yeah, some condition has to be satisfied for that. What is the condition? Yeah, it is like gender equal to male or X dot city town equal to Chennai. So yeah. So I think here it is wrong. A equal to A plus 1 should be there instead of A equal to A plus sum of mathematics.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. It should be the
Ma'am,
marks.
ma'am,
No, it's not the
ma'am,
number of students.
Yeah, it should.
Ma'am, I
So
say
it is.
you saw question without tick answer, ma'am. Please back one step.
Sorry.
I say yes, ma'am.
Ah,
देखिए both
okay, okay. Both are
option are
different. Yeah,
yes, yes.
both. Yeah, then answer. I will explain this question. Okay, question. So A equal to sum of A equal to A plus X dot mathematics. No, then A is nothing but sum of the mathematics marks. But that sum we are taking only if some particular condition is satisfied. What is that condition? If X dot gender equal to M or X dot city town equal to Chennai. Okay. So when we are doing that, if gender is M, gender equal to M, that means male students. For male students, we are counting the marks. If we are adding the sum of mathematics marks, if the student is male, or if the student is from Chennai, also we are adding the mathematics marks to A. Okay.
Ma'am, it will include both males and females, right? For the second one.
Wait, let me see. So yeah, the gender is M or x dot city town equal to Chennai. In that case, we are adding a equal to x dot mathematics marks. So what is the thing here? Okay, now you have a card. I will take the example here. Now you have the card, mail card. In its total is something like 12. Let us take easy numbers, 10. Then A will be 10. So let us take the another card, female card from Chennai. Her total, Chennai female card, her total is 10. 10 again. So now A will be updated to 20. Now let us take one more mail card.
Ma'am, screen share another person.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Sorry, what happened?
Someone is sharing.
Ma'am,
Screen.
anyone is sharing
Someone shared.
or
Ma'am, screen is not visible.
Yeah.
Someone is sharing his her screen.
Disable screen sharing from your side, ma'am.
Who is sharing the screen? Now my sharing is visible, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
If the student is male and he's from Chennai, then will that card will be counted? If that
Yes.
yes, that card also
yes.
will be counted. A equal to 30 will happen. Okay.
So option B will be correct in that case.
So okay.
Ma'am, I have a doubt.
Yeah. Yes,
Ma'am,
please.
the first 10 cards would include the male Chennai cards, no?
Sorry, it's not clear.
Ma'am, the first 10 cards, the first male 10 cards would include the male Chennai cards.
I'm not getting your thing. Your voice is breaking actually.
Ma'am, what she's saying is in that
Mm.
mail 10 card,
Mm.
Chennai mail also will be included, right?
Yeah,
That's all she's
Chennai
asking.
mail also will be included.
Then why again you are updating mail Chennai is equal to 10 and A is equal to 30? That's what she's asking.
It's according to the given condition, no? It will take whatever it is given.
No, I'm telling like if the card is mail and if it's from Chennai, then also our count will be updated. Okay, our mathematics sum will be added. So now if I say it is like
Ma'am, I have a
mathematics.
doubt.
Yeah, yes, please. Let me finish
Why we are
explaining. Let me
okay, ma'am.
finish
Okay.
explanation and then you can ask out. According to option A, what is option A? Mathematics scores of male students who are from Chennai. That is not correct option, no? Because we have female students marks also from Chennai also we are counting. We are adding, right? So it is not only the mathematics marks of male students, it is also mathematics like it also includes the female Chennai students also. So option A is obviously incorrect. Anyone feels like option A is correct? Do you want to comment on that?
No, sir. No,
Okay.
ma'am, it's not correct.
Ma'am, you written A equal to 10 and after A equal to A plus X dot mathematics. Then that mail is from Chennai or different state?
Which one?
After A equal to A plus X dot mathematics, you have written mail 10 A equal to 10. That mail is from not Chennai or?
He's not from Chennai. He's from some different city.
Okay.
Some different city. Like Bangalore or
Ma'am,
something.
it will be all males except Chennai, right?
Wait, let me see. Option B, what is option B? Some of the mathematics scores of male students plus some of the mathematics scores of students who are from Chennai. Is it correct option?
Female also will come inside.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
It is correct.
Yes,
No.
ma'am, this is correct. Why we are get female?
Wait. Some of the mathematics scores of male students. That means all the male students we will add. All the male students mathematics marks we will add. And some of
Lida Paul. Lida Paul.
Yeah. Sum of the mathematics marks of male students plus sum of the mathematics scores of students who are from Chennai. That is option B. So, yeah. So, sum of the mathematics marks of male students, that is correct. And sum of the mathematics scores of students from Chennai. Will there be male students from Chennai also, right? There will be male students
Yes.
from Chennai also. That will be included also, right? That also will be that also will be included. So if we say this according to option B, it is sum of max marks of male students plus sum of max marks of Chennai students. Chennai student. So what are these Chennai students? Chennai students can be both male and female, no? So if I expand this expression, then it will be, if I expand this statement, then it will be,
Some data is repeating twice, that is.
yeah. So if I expand this thing, then it is sum of max marks of Chennai male students, all Chennai students. No, we are telling sum of max marks of all Chennai students. That means Chennai male students plus we are including sum of max marks of female Chennai students. Sum of marks of female Chennai student. This is same as whatever I have written, no, above the first statement.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, everything is
Option
understandable,
D
right?
is correct. I think option D are correct.
Yeah, it should be correct.
C is also correct.
See, sum of the mathematics marks of male students plus sum of the mathematics of Chennai male students and female Chennai students. But we are already counting sum of the max marks of male students here. That includes all Chennai, non-Chennai students. So again, we are counting here sum of the Chennai male students. So this is repeated, no? So if we say here sum of the max marks of male students who are not from Chennai plus sum of the marks of Chennai students, then this will be correct, no? Sum of the marks of male students who are not from Chennai. That means I'm including all the male students who are not from Chennai. And then I'm counting the sum of max marks of, I'm adding the sum of max marks of Chennai students. Then this will be correct answer, no? Because whenever we are seeing Chennai, then we are then we are adding some. But whenever we are seeing male, that case also we are adding some. So if I write my statement, if the answer is in this way, then it would be correct, right? But if I say sum of the max marks of male students plus sum of the max marks of Chennai students, then it would be repeated because we will be counting Chennai male students max marks twice. We will be adding Chennai marks male students twice. Okay, according to this. So that's why we have to exclude that, and we have to, then if we exclude the Chennai male students from the total male students, then it will be correct. Okay, is it clear? Why option B is incorrect?
Yes, ma'am. Clear.
Yes, ma'am, it's incorrect.
No, I can't understand, ma'am.
So what is your doubt in option B? Why do you think it is correct?
It is correct. See, if the question says that the situation is either male or Chennai, then we are not supposed to say over calculate what is correct. What we are,
See,
your explanation is over calculating according to our assumption.
yes.
See whether we should consider that or not.
So actually we are using OR case, no? In OR case, even one of the condition is satisfied, then we will execute the statement. So actually we have to remove that so if I move to the next slide, then you can find this. So we have to, so in our case, we have to exclude this common part, because if we include that, then we will be counting it twice. Okay. if I include this common area from A and B, A or A and B area also, so actually you all know, right, this formula from Max, P of A union B equal to P of A plus P of B minus P of intersection B. So that thing, so in the case of intersection thing, it is like we have to remove this intersection part so that it won't be counted twice. Okay, or so if it is not clear for you, this Venn diagrams, you can just think like it is sum of mathematics marks of male students. If I say, then it will be mathematics marks of male students who are from Chennai, as well as mathematics marks of male students who are from non-Chennai also. All mathematics marks will be included here. If I again write here some of the mathematics marks of students from Chennai, that means it will be mathematics of marks of all male students from Chennai and all female students from Chennai. So if both are there in this way, that means we are counting the mathematics marks of male students, Chennai male students twice. So that common area, the Chennai male students, the like the student who is from Chennai and who is also male, that common part should be repeated, should be removed, and then like we can include them either in first case or in the second case. So in the both cases, if we include that, it will be counted twice. Okay, that's what I am sure I have shown here. So okay.
Should a disclaimer not be given in that scenario that we should not count twice, or is it assumed to be in the real time scenario?
It's not audible for me. Can you speak louder?
I'm asking, should a disclaimer not be given that we should always count the things only once?
Can anyone tell what he's telling?
Ma'am, it's not audible.
Okay, it's not audible for us also, for others also. Okay, let us see the option C. Say in the option C.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, yes.
So what I'm saying is, in such a scenario, should a disclaimer not be given that we should only count each set once? Because these are basically assumptions we are
No,
answering.
not assumption. This is what happening actually. So you have data set. So you have, okay, I will show this practically. I will show this practically then. Mm. So what is the count sum here? A equal to 30, no? Here. But according to option B, what is this? Option B is sum of the mathematics scores of male students. Who are male here? Like first one and third one. So it will be 20. So 20 plus sum of the mathematics marks of scores of students who are from Chennai. Who are from Chennai, there is like female one student, male one student. That is 20 plus 20 equal to 40. But what is our sum? Practically, it is just 30. If we follow this, it is 30. But according to our option, it is 40. Are you getting this?
I got you, but I was asking, should a disclaimer not be given to
Yes,
double
ma'am.
count, not to double
No
count?
disclaimer, no disclaimer. Why disclaimer should be given? It is what is actually happening. It is like A equal to A plus X dot mathematics is actually happening when X dot gender is male or X dot city town is Chennai. That condition will suffice. No disclaimer is
But,
required
Ma'am,
actually.
I am asking you why, because I am a practitioner of these codes, and if I feed such a code into a system, it will always count it double. It will not count only once.
No, it won't happen. You can check. No, it won't happen. You
I
can
think
check.
so,
You
ma'am.
can.
Maths, this males will be counted twice, I think. Male from the Chennai will be counted twice in the whole value of A.
See, if you write the same code on any like Python or anything, it won't give any wrong value. It will give you 30 only, because that is the OR condition. Based on that OR condition, it will be, see what OR condition basically check. It will check if the student gender is M. If the student gender is male, then it will directly add A equal to X dot mathematics. It won't check for the other condition. Okay. If this this condition is not satisfied, then only it will go and check for the other condition. If x dot city town equal to Chennai, it will check for the other in that case, if the first condition is not satisfied, yeah, not satisfied, is not
Ma'am,
satisfied.
we can use also the else for the second condition.
No, or condition. Why you wanted to go for else?
Ma'am, when we have get the scorecard, in that case directly the place will be also mentioned and the gender will be mentioned.
Yes.
So in that case, which one you'll consider? He is male, again he is from Chennai, so you'll consider it to be male or you'll consider it to be Chennai, because both the options should be there in a particular card.
Yeah,
You
both
see the
options will
scorecard.
be there. Actually, what computer actually does is it will check whether it is male first. Okay, first condition it will see. Okay, if the first condition is satisfied, it won't go and check for other condition, because one conditions if one condition is satisfied, then entire or condition will be satisfied. No, so it is not necessary to check for the second condition actually for computer. So
when we will be missing the male students from Chennai.
Basically, set theory formula is being applied here. A union B is A plus B and minus A intersection B. This is what's
if
happening.
if it A union B equal to, what is P of A? P of A is nothing. You want A union B equal
Ma'am,
to.
since it is given or, so first it will when it will execute in loop. So first it will take the values that are having M. Then it will take the values that are having Chennai. Then it will also take the values that are having male plus Chennai. So we will have to exclude that male plus Chennai one values, because they
Yes,
have
yeah,
been
that's
stored
what
twice.
I have been telling to them, to everyone. P of A intersection B. How to get a intersection symbol here? Okay, cap I can use to. P of A intersection B. So the thing is, you want this one only, no? A union B equal to P of A plus P of B minus P of A intersection B. That means P of A is number of male students and P of B is number of students from Chennai, and minus P of A intersection B means common students, Chennai male students. So it will be P of A union B. A is nothing but yeah.
As per statement B, for the second part after plus, had it been only for the female, then it would have been correct.
Which one?
Statement B, second part. Some of the mathematics marks of the female student who are from the
female students from Chennai. Yes, that is correct option.
Then it would have been correct.
Yes.
Ma'am,
That is what option.
Here.
That is
Here,
option.
Correct option,
Ma'am.
ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am.
Is this doubt clearing session, ma'am?
No, this is all with instructor session. So D is correct.
Ma'am, I have a doubt, ma'am. Please, ma'am. Can you clear, ma'am?
Yeah,
Ma'am,
what is
disclaimer means what, ma'am, here?
disclaimer is not there. Anything disclaimer is not there.
That means
instead of
why?
or operator,
Means what, ma'am?
and operator will be used, then the option A and B will be correct.
Sorry.
Instead of or operator, and operator will be used, then the option A and B will be correct.
Well, can you tell your option? What should be the option for you according to you?
Remember, where if X gender is written, M or X city town is equal to Chennai. If there or instead of or operator, we will use and operator instead of or, then A and B will correct.
Then it is like some of mathematics. It is some of the Chennai.
Ma'am, is C
but
some of
in
the
that case,
mathematics
B
marks of
option will
Chennai
not
male
be
students.
correct.
Okay.
Ma'am.
So A option will be correct at that case.
Ma'am, I have a doubt, ma'am. Please clear
Ma'am,
me.
now in this question, is C correct or D correct?
Ma'am.
In this question, C and D are correct.
Okay, ma'am.
So some of the mathematics marks of male students who are not
Ma'am,
from
what is mean by
Chennai.
disclaimer, ma'am?
It is not there. Why you are worrying about that? Disclaimer means something which we tell no that that this should have what.
Beforehand we tell.
Yeah, beforehand we will tell. That is not there here. Anything. He just asked something has to be mentioned. Okay. So C option, let us consider C option. It is some of the mathematics scores of male students who are not from Chennai plus some of the mathematics marks of students who are from Chennai. So is that correct option? just expand this. Some of the mathematics marks scores of male students who are not from Chennai. So it will include all the male students marks who are not from Chennai plus some of the mathematics marks of students who are from Chennai. That means both male and female students mathematics marks who are from Chennai, that will be included.
That option is correct, ma'am.
Yes, C option is also
Ma'am, I
correct.
have one doubt, ma'am. Please clear me, ma'am. Please, ma'am.
Yeah, yes, please.
Ma'am, what is mean here?
I'm unable to hear you.
Ma'am, what is meant by disclaimer here, ma'am?
Okay, is it clear for everyone why option C is correct?
Yes,
It is
ma'am.
let-
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
ma'am.
Ma'am,
Okay.
I have a doubt here.
Okay,
Ma'am,
let
can
us
you
move to
explain
the
what?
other.
Ma'am,
Move to
I-
the other question.
Can you explain what is mean by disclaimer, ma'am?
That is not there here. Why are you speaking about that here?
ma'am, I have a doubt.
Yeah, what is your doubt?
As you have said that if the first condition holds true, then the computer will not check the second condition.
Mm.
So, ma'am, if the gender is male,
Mm.
so it will update the age, and it will not go to the city option. So in
Ma'am,
that
what is
case,
mean by disclaimer, ma'am?
the male students from Chennai will be missed by the computer. So, ma'am, how can we say that the
If
option?
the student all male students will be counted, that means all the students who are from Chennai also will be counted, and the non-Chennai students also will be counted. So how could you say the Chennai male students will be missed?
Okay, okay.
Ma'am, what is disclaimer here?
No disclaimer here. Okay, please. Just stop that. So let us move to the other question. I will stop that sharing. And
I have one doubt, ma'am. Please, ma'am.
yeah, please don't ask about disclaimer here. So only one screen is visible, right? Or both of my screens?
Ma'am, answer is also
Only
visible.
one, ma'am.
Only
No
one answer, ma'am.
YP or
With
BG
one
only
screen,
visible, ma'am.
Only one.
Yeah, please solve
only
problem
one
2.
screen jar, which one? You already saw answer, ma'am.
Yeah, ma'am, you already showed.
What? This question I have
Answer
already
is
shown.
visible, ma'am.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
ma'am.
So, okay, but try solving. Okay.
Yes.
It's not visible. No, not visible, ma'am.
Ma'am, your screen is not visible.
Ma'am, screen is not visible.
Yeah, you are there in peer deck. Okay.
Yeah.
So clearly visible in the peer deck site.
Ma'am, make it full screen.
Screen is visible to all.
Done, ma'am.
Option D
Done, ma'am.
only, no?
Yeah, just we'll wait for just one more minute and we'll go to the question. Okay, we'll see. This question is easy only, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, option is D. So you want in the word status set, the procedure count long nouns, counts the number of nouns that are longer than average word length. So assume that the average AVG variable holds the average word length. Choose a correct code to complete the procedure. So what you have to do?
First, we have to find the word is noun or not. Then we have to check its length is more than average or not.
Yes, that's what we have to. Both conditions have to be satisfied here. Not only one condition, both condition. The word should be noun and they must be longer than the average word length. So you should use and condition. Okay.
And D.
Why B?
And D also.
D, yeah, D is the answer. So both conditions has to be satisfied. Letter count should be greater than the average word length, and the parts of speech must be noun. So that's why there should be and here. Or condition, not or condition. In the or condition, even if it is noun, then also it will be counted, no? But we want the number of words which are nouns and those and with letter count greater than AVG. So that's why we will go for and condition. I hope it is clear for everyone. Any doubts from anyone?
Yes, ma'am.
No,
Yes.
No,
ma'am.
ma'am, it is clear.
No,
Clear,
ma'am.
ma'am.
No doubt, ma'am.
Yeah, we'll move to other question. So let X and Y be the words from words data set. The procedure count pair counts the number of sentences that contain both words X and Y. So, but the procedure may have made mistakes. Identify all such mistakes. So count pair should count the number of sentences that contain both words X and Y. Okay. Count pair should count only those sentences which has both words X and Y, but the procedure may have made mistakes. You must identify those mistakes.
Ma'am, can you again please show the previous slide?
Yes, ma'am.
So it should count the number of sentences that contain both words X and Y. Count pair procedure should count the number of sentences that contain both words X and Y. Okay.
Ma'am, what is the answer for problem 2, ma'am?
Yeah, yes, please. What's your doubt? It's
Ma'am, what
answer
is the answer for problem 2, ma'am? C or D, ma'am?
D.
Ma'am, please tell, ma'am.
Ma'am, is this a multiple select question?
Yes, yes.
Completed, ma'am.
Okay.
Option D, ma'am.
Let see the answer. So both C and D. Okay. So we wanted to check for the sentences that contain both words X and Y. So actually what we are doing, we are maintaining X count to 0, Y count to 0, and count equal to 0. So count is actually counting the number of such sentences that has both words X and Y. So it should contain both words X and Y, no? So we will just, while we are iterating, what we are checking whether the word is X. If the word is X, then we are incrementing X count. If the word is Y, then we are incrementing Y count. Then at the end of every sentences, we are checking if said dot word ends with full stop, that means it is the last word of that sentence. Then we are checking if X count greater than 0 and should be there, no, because it should contain both the words X and Y. So that's why the condition is incorrect. Instead of or, it should be and, because it should contain both words X and Y. So X count must be greater than 0 and Y count must be greater than 0. In that case only we should increment count equal to count plus 1. So, and at the end of every sentence, we have to set X count to 0 and Y count to 0. If not, the X count, whatever the X count of the current sentence, that will be carried forward to the next sentence also. But for the next sentence, X count should be 0 and Y count should be 0. So that's the re-initialization of X count and Y count should happen at the end of every sentence. This should be outside this inner if block, but inside this if block. Okay. So that's why option C and D are correct. Is it clear for everyone?
I can't understand, ma'am. From the
Yes,
word,
ma'am, clear.
that
Ma'am,
word ends. Ma'am, please, ma'am, please, ma'am. I can't
clear.
understand.
Yes, ma'am. Example.
Clear.
Cleared, ma'am, clear.
Ma'am, I can't understand. Please, ma'am, explain again, ma'am.
What is not
Again, ma'am.
understandable? Which option is
Ma'am,
not
actually
under-
the last line count is equal to count plus 1. That particular line alone, ma'am.
So count equal to count plus
Ma'am,
1.
can you please take an example?
No, ma'am, just explain one more
Not need of
sentence.
example, ma'am.
That's enough. Because a little bit confusion, that's why.
Ma'am, X count greater
Ma'am,
than
first
0,
So are
Y
both
count
screens
greater than
visible?
0, that I
Previous.
can't understand, ma'am. That
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, please take an
Yes,
example.
ma'am.
So are my both screens visible?
Yes, ma'am. Both
Yes, ma'am.
screen are visible.
Yes, ma'am.
The screens are visible.
Okay. X count is actually storing the count of number of times X is present. Okay. So it is initially 0 and Y count is also 0 initially. Okay. Count is also 0. So count is the variable that count is also 0. So actually count is the variable that counts the number of sentences that contain both words X and Y. Number of sentences with both words X and Y. So yeah, X is like storing the number of number of times X word is present, and Y is like storing the number of times Y is present in your sentence. So if you see the code, if you see your if you see the code, then what you can see is like if Z dot word equal to X, then X count equal to X count plus 1 we are doing. So after seeing, okay, now you have sentence. After seeing that particular word X, then after seeing the word X while iterating through your words data set, then you are doing X count equal to X count plus 1. So what X count is actually holding? Can anyone tell? Anyone who haven't understood, please tell what is X count.
Number of times the X occurs in a
Number of
sentence.
times the word
X word.
X occurs in a sentence.
Yeah, number of times X is present in a sentence. Basically, number of times X is present, that is stored in X count. Word, so what is Y count? Number of times word Y is present. Okay, but we want to check X count and Y count only for each sentence. We have to check whether X count and Y count. If it is greater than 0, that means it has word X. If Y count is greater than 0, that means it has word Y. But what we have to, when we have to increment count, when our sentence has both X and Y, that means both X count must be greater than 0 and Y count also must be greater than 0. In that case, at the end of every sentence, we have to check whether that particular sentence has both X and Y. So if it has both X and Y, then X count will be greater than 0 and Y count also will be greater than 0. So at that time, count equal to count plus 1 we have to do. But this is incorrect condition. No? We are checking X count greater than 0 or Y count greater than 0. So that's why this option, this is incorrect condition. Is it clear?
Yes,
Why,
ma'am.
ma'am, when it is both X and Y are present, ma'am, that I can't understand, ma'am.
So that is when, so if the sentence contains both X and Y, then only we should increment the count. So and condition should be there instead of or condition. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, yes.
Ma'am, after every if block,
Mm.
if we modify if x dot count is equal to 1,
Mm.
then that second option for increment, making it to initializing it to 0 for every time, can it be avoided? Hello.
Yeah, yes.
Suppose in this code only, ma'am, can make two changes. X dot count is equal to 1
Where you wanted to make that change?
after first if block.
After the first if block, that means?
Yes, there on.
Yeah, where?
Above
Here?
that, first if block. First. After that, x dot count is equal to 1.
Okay, if you do that.
And again, y dot count is equal to 1.
Okay.
And if it is greater than 0, so in that code, I think don't need to reinitialize.
In that code also, you have to reinitialize, because yeah, in that code also you have to reinitialize,
Yes,
because
yes.
you're checking for
that
greater
will,
than case.
Yes, but instead, yes, after initializing, that code will also work like this. We not count x dot count plus 1. Instead of that, we can make it just 1.
Yeah, that also will work. But this also will work. No, there is no mistake in doing this.
That will work.
Yeah. So, but at the
Okay,
end
because
of every,
that is it is quite confusing. No, y dot count is for plus 1. If you are searching for only one word.
yeah, but that is,
Per
see,
sentence.
so but what condition we are checking? If it is greater than 0, it may contain 1x or 2x or 3x, but the condition is it should contain at least 1x. It is not mentioned like it should contain only 1x and only one word y. It is mentioned should contain both the words x and y, but number of times it is not mentioned. Okay.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
why
But
it won't.
that will be sufficient for inserting it
Yeah,
to 1
that is
instead
also
of.
sufficient. Yes.
Okay.
So let us take the sentence contain both words x and y. Then in that case, your x count at the end of the sentence, at the end of your sentence, then your x count will be greater than 0. X count will be 1, like 1, and y count will be 1. And your count also will be 1. At the end of the sentence, if it contains both the words x and y, then it will, your x count will be 1 and your y count will be 1 and your count also will be 1, because you are incrementing your count also if it is containing both words, if the condition is correct. Okay. Now for the second sentence, what is your x count and what is your y count? You are starting with x count 1 and y count also 1, because you are not making it to 0 again. You are not reinitializing it to 0. So what happens for the second sentence? If it has seen word x, then x count will be, for the second sentence, it will be x count will be updated to x count plus 1. It will be 2. If there is no word like y, there is no y word here, then also your y count will be 1. And what will be your count at the end of second sentence? Like it will be x count is greater than 0. Yes, it is 2 greater than 0. Y count is
And
greater
Y
than 0.
also.
Yeah, y also greater than 0. So in that case, count equal to count plus 1. That is, count will become 2. You are actually counting the sentence that has only one x but not y. That has only x but not y. But that sentence should not be counted, no? So this kind
Yes.
of, yeah, this kind of thing you can avoid by reinitializing, by setting the x count to 0 and y count to 0 at the end of every sentence. At the end of every sentence, you have to do that. That means out of this inner if, out of this block, if block, out of the count equal to count plus 1 if block, but inside this, if z dot word ends with full stop, that means at the end of every sentence, you have to update x count and y count to 0, because you don't want x count and y count to be carried, whatever the values that are there currently, to the next sentence. Okay. So you have to initialize them to 0 again.
Yeah,
Okay.
Z dot word indicates a particular word only, right, ma'am?
Yeah, z dot word indicates the particular word. Z is the row in the table. So z dot word will be the word in your
Okay, ma'am.
yeah.
Ma'am, where will we add reinitialization count equal to 0 and x equal to 0?
So count won't be 0. Count equal to count plus 1. Count is keeping the track of number of sentences. X count to 0 you have to make, and y count to 0 you have to make at the beginning of every sentence, at the end of every sentence. So if z dot word ends with full stop, there inside that if block, but outside this count equal to count plus 1. I will tell where. Just I think. Full stop. Then you will check for if x count greater than, here x count greater than 0 and should be there, and y count y count should be greater than 0. In that case, you will increment count equal to count plus 1. So after doing this, after checking x count and y count, if they are greater than 0, then you will increment count. And here you have to set x count to 0 again and y count to 0 again.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, here you have to do this. If you do this before
Ma'am, I
checking
have a
x
doubt.
count, yeah.
We have to initialize the step in the beginning and the end of the procedure, right?
What is initialization means here for you?
As like x count 0 and y count 0.
So I told you, I have clearly written here, no, when where you have to reinitialize x and y count to 0 again.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. So at the end of every, you will the x count greater than 0 and y count greater than 0, then you will increment count. Okay, even if they are not great, even if the condition is not satisfied, or if the condition is satisfied, at the beginning of every sentence, x count and y count should be made to 0. You have to reinitialize that at the end of that particular sentence, so that the beginning of next sentence will be so that for the beginning of next sentence, x count and y count will be 0. Okay, let us move to the next question.
Ma'am, is this only question, ma'am?
This is the next question. The following pseudocode is executed using the score data set. What will be the value of variable z at the end of execution?
Ma'am, the answer is option 3.
Okay, what is visible to you actually? Yes. Yeah.
Can you repeat the question, ma'am?
What will the z represent at the end of execution?
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. So you can take some example here and you can just check also.
Completed,
Verify.
ma'am.
Yeah.
Zero only, no, ma'am.
Yeah, let us.
I don't understand this.
So what is B? What is C? What is D? What is A? A is average total
B
marks.
is mathematics average.
B is mathematics average. C is physics average.
Physics.
D is
Chemistry.
chemistry average. Yeah. So
D is total, ma'am.
So
zero.
yes, yeah, 0 is the answer. So initially z equal to 0. So we will check. We will add sum of all the averages like maths, physics, and chemistry, and then you will subtract from the total average. If it is less than or equal to -1, you will make z as -1. If it is greater than or equal to 1, you will make as z as 1. So, but what are subjects that are there in our cards data set? That is physics, maths, and chemistry only, right? So average of total equal to average of physics plus average of chemistry plus average of maths, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So that's why B plus C plus D will be give the total average. So total average, what is our A? A is also total average. So A minus A, that will be 0 only you will get. Okay. So that's why none of the condition will be satisfied.
Yes, ma'am.
So A won't be up, Z won't be updated at all. Okay.
Okay.
Ma'am, please.
Okay, ma'am.
Ma'am, why won't the answer be B?
Answer is B, 0.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Ma'am, please explain.
So take
Yeah, ma'am, please
example.
explain.
Yeah, take some example. Please take some example. So you just go to what? You just go through the 5 cards or 5 cards of the scores data set and compute the total average and max average, physics average, and then subtract and check what you are getting. Because the total average is same as the physics average plus max average plus chemistry average. Or just take at least 3 cards and check. You will find their max average, their total average is same as physics average, max average, and chemistry, some of those things. So A minus A only you will get. B plus C plus D will be equal to A. A minus A will be 0 you will get. Just do this by checking your scores data set. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ma'am, in the previous question,
Yes.
ma'am, like we have mentioned above that z is equals to 0. If we would have given after if statement else z is equals to 0, will it produce the same output?
Yes. Yeah, yes. If z equal to 0, then that condition will be satisfied. Okay. Z equal to 0 condition will be satisfied.
Option, ma'am.
Yeah, the variable BA captures the number of students with the total marks less than the average total marks and below average marks in at least one subject. And assume that the average T holds the average total marks. Okay.
Exactly on subject, ma'am. Not at least.
So actually count BA should capture the number of students with total marks less than the
average total marks and
total
below
marks
average.
and below average in exactly one subject. Okay. Choose the correct code to complete the pseudocode. So the student must be, the count BA should be storing the number of students who have scored less than the total average and also less than the average marks in at least one subject.
Ma'am, can you show the question just one again? Take screenshot.
So this part is important. Count BA stores the number.
No, option B only, no, ma'am.
No.
Done, ma'am. Taken the screenshot.
Should I move to next question?
This
Yes,
question,
ma'am.
ma'am.
You can.
Option number D. The option should be correct.
Option 1, ma'am.
Option D.
Option A.
D.
Option B, ma'am.
Option B.
Okay, let us wait for some more time. Let us others finish.
Completed, ma'am.
Ma'am, one.
Let's wait for others to finish. Only 26 responses.
Option D, ma'am.
Yeah, please, others, please try solving this. Everyone.
Option D, ma'am.
Option A.
Okay, should I show?
Yes,
Should I
ma'am.
wait?
Yes, ma'am.
Should I wait or
Show,
should
ma'am.
I?
Show,
Show,
ma'am.
ma'am.
But only 38 responses I got. Why others are not doing the question?
Others are
Please
doing in the website.
Yeah, website. Even they do in the website, it will be visible. So correct answer is option D. Yeah. What is your count BA? Should count the number of students who has scored less than average and who has scored less marks than average marks. Right? That's what's no less marks than average marks in exactly one subject. Count BA captures the number of students with the total marks less than the average total marks and below average in exactly one subject. Okay. So both conditions should be satisfied. The student must have scored less than the average total marks and also below average in exactly one subject. Like either in mathematics, he can score less than average, or in physics, he can score less than average, or in chemistry, he can score less than average. Okay. So we should count the number of such.
That particular subject, ma'am.
Yeah, less than average in any subject. In any subject, in one subject they have mentioned. That means in exactly one subject. That means can be in either mathematics he can score less than average marks, or in physics he can score less than average marks, or in chemistry he can score less than average marks. But the condition is the student should score total marks less than the average total marks and below average in exactly one subject. So first condition should be satisfied is he must score less than average total marks, and then he must also score less than the average marks in exactly one subject, either physics, chemistry, or mathematics. That doesn't matter. Okay. So we should count that number of students. So count BA equal to 1, we should not do. Count BA equal to count BA plus 1, we should do, because we have to count the number of such students. No? So it should be incremented for each and every such student, count BA. So count BA equal to count BA
Yes,
plus
ma'am.
1, we should do. Okay, not count BA equal to count BA equal to 1, we should not do, because for every such students, we should increment the value of count BA. So it is clear, like among A and D only the correct answer is. Okay.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, actually, I'm getting confused between that count, matlab, in computational thinking only, but like count BA is equal to count BA plus 1 and count BA is equal to 1. So what is the difference between them, and where we will do plus 1 and where we will equate equal to 1?
So actually we are in while loop. Okay. While loop means, like, if you have 5 cards, for every card, if I say I equal to I plus 1, count equal to, so initially you have count equal to 0, and inside the while loop you are doing while count less than 5, if you tell count equal to count plus 1. Okay. Then what happens at the end of your execution, count will be 5. Okay. Because while loop will check, while executing your while loop, you will check the condition. So you have initialized your variable. I will show that to you.
Yes.
So initially you have count equal to 0. And then what you are doing inside your while loop, you are checking while count less than 5. Sorry, count less than 5. If you do count equal to count plus 1. So at the end of your execution, what will be the value of count?
Ma'am, it will be 5.
Sure.
No, 6, ma'am. 0,
6.
See, you are starting with count equal to 0. So you will check 0 less than 5. Yes, 0 is less than 5. Count equal to count plus 1 you will do. So it will happen 1.
7.
1 you will get. And then 1 is less than 5. Count equal to count plus 1 will happen. Count will become 2. 2 is less than 5. So count will become 3. 3 is less than 5. Count will become 4. 4 is less than 5. Count will become 5. Again, count will become 5. Right?
Yes, ma'am.
So 5 is 5 less than 5 in the next iteration? No.
No.
5 is not less than 5. So you will just come out of the while loop. So at the end of your iteration, count variable will be 5. Right?
Yes, ma'am.
So if you say count equal to 1, if you say instead of doing count equal to count plus 1, instead of if you do count equal to 1, then what will be your, at the end of execution, what will be the value of count?
1.
Ma'am, 1 only.
1 only. So that is the difference. So what is the difference here? So what is the difference? So for every card, so here you are inside the while loop. For every card, if the condition is satisfied, then you are incrementing count B equal to count B plus 1. So if the condition is satisfied, actually you are counting the number of such cards. But if you say count B equal to 1, then no updation will happen. You won't actually get the count. It will be just count B equal to 1 even at the end of iteration. So you won't be counting the number of such cards. You won't be counting the number of such cards, right? It will be
And there
just
will be
one.
no updatation when it is equal to 1 or any integer or anything.
So even if there are 10 such condition satisfied cards, even if there are 10 such satisfied cards, your count BA value will be still holding 1. But if you do count BA equal to count BA plus 1, so if there are 10 cards, then the count BA will be 10. If there are 20 cards, count BA will be 20. But if you do count BA equal to 1, even if you have 20 or 30 cards, count BA will be 1 only. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. Now here the
Ma'am?
condition. Yeah.
Ma'am, here sub C counts the number of subjects in which a student has scored less than average marks, right?
Yes. Number of such subject with the students who have scored less than the average marks.
Okay.
So
Thank
can be either. So actually there is this one while loop, and sub C, for every card sub C must be 0, because for each card you are checking whether his average marks is whether his marks are less than average. So for every card you must set sub C equal to 0. That's why it is in the while loop. So for every card sub C will be equal to 0. If you have not done, you won't get this correct answer. Previously I have told, no, x count equal to 0, y count equal to 0, you have to reinitialize. Similarly, sub C equal to 0 for every card you should make. If not, that sub C value will be carried forward to the other cards. Okay, then you won't get actual correct answer. So for every card, what you should check? You should check for the average total, whether it's whether his total marks are less than average. Yes, if it is less than average total, then you should check whether he has scored less than average marks in exactly one subject. That means either in maths, either in physics, or either in chemistry. So what you are doing, you are just keeping a single variable sub C to keep that to check whether he has scored less than average marks in any subject. Okay, if the value of sub C is less than or equal to 1, less than or equal to 1 means it can be 1 or 0 or some 0, right? It can be 1 or 0. So, but the condition given in the question is in exactly one subject he should score, not in, like, if it is 0, if the value of sub C equal to 0, then the students has not scored less than average marks at all. So the first condition is incorrect. Less than and equal to is there? No. So less than means it can be 0.
One indicates the number of students, or like the truth or false, like what does it indicate in C and D?
Sorry?
What does that one indicate? It indicates the number of students.
Which one are you talking about?
Sub C less than or equal to 1.
Yeah, number of, that's what we are counting. No, when sub C is getting incremented, when the student has scored less than average marks in
Yes,
in
I've
any,
got it.
yeah. So if the student has scored less than average marks, then sub C we are incrementing. But how many students, in how many subjects the student must score less than average marks in exactly one subject? So sub C is keeping track of the number of subjects in which the student has scored less than average marks. But how many subjects we required? Only one subject for that particular student. So sub C must be equal to 1. In that case only we have to do count BA equal to count BA plus 1. Okay.
Then after every time we move card X to table 2, we must reinitialize sub C, no?
Yeah, sub C is reinitialized because while loop condition will be checked and read first row will happen and sub C will be reinitialized to 0 again for every card.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. No more doubts, right?
Next question.
So what will be the values of ABC represent at the end of execution? We want the values of ABC.
Ma'am, in previous question, I wanted to ask that why are we not reinitializing sub C?
We are reinitializing. We are reinitializing that. You have noticed. So sub C equal to 0 for every card we are doing. Inside the while loop we are doing. You can check. Read the top row
Acha,
and then
okay.
sub C.
Fine, fine.
Yeah. Here we are asking for what is the value of X, A, B, C.
Now show first page.
B is correct.
A is ABC. What is the value of ABC at the end of execution?
The maximum total bill amount of each shop.
Yes, ma'am.
Option B.
B option.
Option B is correct.
Ma'am, option B.
Ma'am, option B.
Yes, ma'am, option B.
Option B, ma'am.
Yeah. So should I wait for some more time? Just 2 more minutes I will wait.
Ma'am, where should we submit the response?
Are you unable to write your response?
Ma'am, I joined some time back, so like where to join?
Join pd.com and you have to enter the code which is there on the right corner.
Okay.
Option B, ma'am.
Ma'am, how to improve computational thinking?
Just practice more questions. Practice.
In
You have
city,
to
I'm
think
confused.
logically. Yeah, you have to think logically and just. So each sentence should be read carefully. Every sentence should be read carefully.
Okay.
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah.
Option B.
Could you please explain the lecture number 3.4 of
Yeah, that
week
thing
3?
can be, that thing will be taken in open session now. This is solve with instructor session. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. So let us see what is the answer. So maximum total bill amount of each shop.
Ma'am, please explain this question.
Yeah, sure. ABC, you are setting ABC to 0. So what you are doing, while file 1 has more cards, read the top card X from file 1. ABC equal to do something of X comma ABC. So for every card, you are calling the procedure do something. Right? Is it clear for everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So for every, you are passing a card and you are passing the values of ABC.
Yes,
Move X to pile 2. So at the end of execution, you want what are the values of ABC. Okay. I will start with A equal to 0. B equal to 0. And C equal to 0. So what you are doing for every card, you are updating A comma B comma C equal to whatever the value that is written by the procedure do something, you will update, no? Because that is what happening. ABC equal to do something of X comma ABC. So procedure do something will be called. So whatever the values that are written by ABC, that procedure do something will be assigned to ABC. Okay. So in the procedure do something, what you are doing, you are just taking the card as Y. Instead of X, you are just using the name Y. That is like whatever X, that is kind of assignment X equal to Y. So whatever that is there, Y equal to X, that means whatever X is holding, that will become Y. So Y is a card now. Instead of referring as X, you will refer it as Y. And the variables, you are storing it as ABC only. Okay. if y dot shop name equal to, if the current card shop name is Big Buzz, this SV stores, you will check whether the total bill amount is greater than A. If it is greater than A, then only you will say A equal to y dot total bill amount. Okay, let us take the shop name. Shop is from SV stores and the total bill amount is 250 or something. So your A will be updated to, your A value will be updated to 250, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, A value will
Yes,
become
ma'am.
A value will become 250. Okay, now the card is from SV stores. So the card cannot be from Big Bazaar, card cannot be from Sun General. So you will just return A, B, C. So what are the values of B and C? It is 0, 0 only. So what happens? A, at the end of this execution for the first card, what will happen? A will be 250 after first card. B will be 0. And C will be also 0. If the next card is from Big Bazaar and if the total bill amount is 350, then then what happens in your procedure? It will return. So what you will do for the next card? You will say you will pass ABC equal to do something of x comma y x comma a comma b comma c. You will pass. So your what is your a comma b comma c now? They are updated. No, it is 250 0 comma 0. So you will pass these values and you will pass the next card also. In the next card, you will check whether what is the shop name. If the shop name is Sun General and if the total bill amount, let us take something like 260 or something. 260 is greater than C. 260 is greater than 0. No, 260 will be updated. Like C will
Yes, ma'am.
become 260. Now you will pass that same. You will return the ABC values. So what is your A? A will be 250, B will be 0, and C will be 260. You will return that values. Okay, for the third card, what you will do? For the third card, next card, you will check. ABC values are updated, right? You will see, you will pass again, do something of x comma a comma b comma c. Okay, now you will pass the card, new card. What is your A value? 250, B value is 0, and C value is 260. You will pass. You will check in the do something procedure. You will check what is the shop name. Okay, if it is from Big Bazaar and if the total bill amount is like 110, you will update that. Your B value will be updated to 110. That's all. And you will return ABC. What is your ABC? 250, 110, and 260. Okay, now coming to the next card. Now coming to the next card in the iteration, you will pass the next card. The values of ABC will be 250, 110, and 260. If the next card is from, let us take next card is from SV stores and the total bill amount is 300. Total bill amount is 300 in that case. So you will see if y dot short name is SV stores and total bill amount greater than A. Total bill amount is 300. 300 is greater than 250, no?
Yes,
Correct?
ma'am.
So A will be updated to 300 now. And it will you will pass that. So what actually ABC are holding? They are holding the maximum total bill amount of each shop. Is it understandable or not? So for every new card, you will check whether the card is coming from any shop, SV stores or Sun General or Big Bazaar. If it is coming from any shop, then you will check the total bill amount. If the total bill amount is greater than the previous total whatever the A and B and C are holding, then you update the values accordingly, like according to the shop name. So at the end of iteration, A and B, C will be storing the maximum total bill amount from each shop. Okay.
Ma'am, yes, ma'am. Can I ask, ma'am?
Yeah.
Ma'am, why we change X to Y?
Yeah, we can refer it with any name. This is like inside this here, inside the procedure, you can just give any name here. Y or any name, any Z or anything can be used instead of X. Okay,
That
that's
means it is the inside of the procedure what we have done in do something. Ma'am, the process of do something is that we have explained below with y as variable.
Yes, yeah.
Ma'am, in place of y, we could have written x.
Yeah, in place of y, if you have defined your procedure, do something as x comma a comma b comma c, then you can use x everywhere instead of y.
Now,
If
why
you
do
have
we use this y dot shop name x dot max marks?
y dot shop name, because you are referring x as y inside the procedure. What you are doing here, do something procedure, you are invoking what you are how you are invoking by passing x and a comma b comma c. What is x actually? X is a card. And what is a? A is 0, b is 0, and c is 0. Actually, you are passing some values. But here inside the procedure, how it is defined? With variables y, a comma b comma c. So here whatever, here x is a card, no? So first argument is card, so that will be assigned to y. What is the second argument? That is a. And what you are passing? 0, so a will be assigned to 0. What is your third argument? B. What is here? B. Here you are passing 0 instead of second argument, so b will be assigned to 0. That kind of assignment will happen indirectly. Okay.
So ma'am, we can use x instead of y.
No, you have to use y only, because the procedure doesn't know what is x. The procedure know only y, because the values will be assigned.
Okay.
If in the procedure, if we again consider it to be x in place of y in all the cases, suppose a is equal to x dot total bill amount, in that case, ma'am, will it be okay?
Yeah, yes. If you are referring it with x, then it will be okay to use x everywhere. But here you are referring it with y. You are you have defined your procedure with y. So it should be y everywhere. Okay.
Ma'am,
Hello.
here we compare X card with Y card or X card with itself only.
So x is a card, one card. We are passing it to the procedure. So y is actually holding that card, whatever we are passing. Okay.
Ma'am, I don't understand how we pass. Can you please explain?
That's what the procedure invoking. So do something of x comma a comma b comma c. That means we are calling that procedure by passing some values. What is your x? Read the top card x from pile 1. What is the top? That x is a card. The top card we are calling as x. Okay.
That x is defined by some card number or what? How can we define that?
X is
By
a
some
card,
digit.
just X is a material. X is a card itself, that complete
Yes,
card.
but in procedure, how can we define by card ID number? What we will feed? What we will feed so that it will
We
recognize
will
that card?
feed card to Y and A as 0 and B as 0 and C as 0. So actually Y is a card. Whatever
That
card we are passing.
that I want to understand in terms of what? In terms of that value integer or what that card ID number or what?
Yeah, you can assume that we are passing entire card to the procedure. It's not some ID number, some sequence number or nothing. Just the entire card as it is.
So how will this procedure do something will recognize that this is the card? If, as you told that if we are passing the value of A and B and C as 0, that is integer, that is understood.
Yeah. But
But
why?
for
What is
X?
X? What is X? X is card itself, the whole card, whatever you are seeing in the pictures. That itself we are passing.
There it was indicated that by that ID number. What was indicated? Written
No,
ID
no,
number of,
not only ID number. In order to refer ID number, you will say X dot sequence number.
because I am confused that if it
No,
recognized by
assume that you are giving some card itself, the entire card, to the procedure. The card means like everything. So if there is a machine, if you want, so some vending machine, no, if you have, then it will give, you will give entire that our what note itself to the vending machine. Then it will give some whatever ID we have pressed, according to that it will what give the
means that complete data ABC is complete itself card.
X itself we are giving. Inside the X, what is X? X is a card from the shopping bill data set. What does X contain? It has sequence number, it has name, it has shop names, it has everything, customer ID, what are the items he has purchased, price, quantity, everything. The card itself, entire card we are passing. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ma'am, why the return statement is with the open bracket and this array box?
Yeah, that thing you will come to know later. That thing you will come to know. Actually, we are passing 3 values, no? Instead of
Yes.
returning A, comma, B, comma, C, we are enclosing that in a list that you will see in the later parts. Okay. Yeah.
Option, ma'am.
Yeah, just have you completed this? What is ABC at the end of execution?
Okay, ma'am. The 60th question I have completed, ma'am. 7th question, ma'am.
Yes,
Option.
7th question. Yeah, have you understood what is ABC? Actually, options only will code is not there in the next. Yeah,
Okay,
that's
ma'am.
what.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, this question means it. You have to tell what is A, what is B, what is C.
B is pronoun, C is noun, A is a sentence, A is a word which ends with a full stop.
If you know the answer, wait. If you know the answer, just mute yourself. There are people who don't know.
Actually, this question takes lot of time. So A, B, C, these what is A, what is B, what is C are 3 separate questions. Okay.
Ma'am, you can please explain this question. I can't understand.
Yeah, just try solving. Okay, just try solving.
Ma'am, what does that mean? X part of speech is equal to pronoun and Q. What is that Q means there? Like Q is equal to false. It is given in beginning, but it is given.
You have to check for the value of Q only. If it is true or if it is false. If it is true, then when the AND condition will be true, if both the conditions are true, then only the entire AND condition will be true, no? So that means Q must be holding true. If Q holds true, then the entire AND condition will become true and B equal to B plus X dot letter count will happen. Okay. So you have to check for the current value of Q. Whether it is true or false, you have to check for. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Yeah, got it.
So this will be the last question of our discussion, but try to solve this. This is difficult question only, not that easy.
Ma'am,
Yeah, yes.
Will such types of question be asked in our quiz or qualifier?
Yes, every type of questions will be asked, easy, medium, hard.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the percentage of hard type of questions?
So even for hard questions, there will be more marks, like 5 marks or something.
Ma'am,
But
show
the
the
number of
answer,
questions will
please.
be less. Sorry?
Okay,
So,
ma'am. Thank you.
yeah, but the number of questions will be less. Like there can be 3 hard questions, but the marks can be like 20 or something like that. There can be 4 medium question, but marks will be 20 or something like that. Okay.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, I'm unable to understand how to integrate P and Q in this procedure. Like how to use it. I'm not able to understand that.
So just check for the values of P and Q. P and Q are Boolean, no true or false. Just check for that. In the inside the or condition or and condition, you will check for the condition. No, if both conditions are true, then only the enter condition will become true for the AND case. If the even if one condition is true, then the or condition will be satisfied, right? So if the P and Q, you will check for the values, like what P is holding, whether it is holding true or whether it is holding false. You have to check, and you have to interpret the entire AND condition, whether it is becoming true or false based on the values of P and Q and
Ma'am,
the
P and Q represent some kind of word, or they are just representing true or false?
they are just representing true or false. It's not a word, it's not a string, it is true or false.
Ma'am, like it is given that Q is initialized to false, and suppose we have our first word pronoun, then we take X part of speech is equal to pronoun, that will be true. That means Q becomes true.
No, Q is false. What is Q? What is the Q value? Have you set it to true? No, right? Q value is false only, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So you have to
Then Q
take
will
that
remain
current value.
false.
Yeah.
Okay, means the
Ma'am, can you
first
show the option, ma'am?
Yeah.
Ma'am, can you show the previous slide once again?
Option C, I think.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Your voice is not audible.
Yes, ma'am. Your voice is not audible.
You are muted.
Ma'am, are you there?
Yeah, yes. So I will explain this question and this will be the last question. Yeah, it will cover like what is A, B, C, everything will cover. So both of my screens are visible, right?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
So do counting is a procedure. At the end of this procedure, we should check for what is A, what is B, and what is C. So we'll go. Initially A equal to 0, B equal to 0, and C equal to 0. We are initializing them with zeros. Equal to 0. Okay. P equal to false and Q equal to false initially. Q equal to false. So we are iterating over the words data set. Read the first row. We are checking if the X dot parts of speech equal to pronoun and Q, then B equal to B plus X dot letter count. If the word is pronoun and Q condition also be satisfied, then only we will add B equal to B plus X dot letter count. So yeah, for the first card, even it is a pronoun, the letter count won't be updated. B won't be updated to B plus letter count because Q is false. We haven't made Q to true. So for the AND conditions, both conditions has to be true. Like both sides of AND should be true. Even if the word is pronoun, but Q is holding false, that's why we won't do B equal to B plus X dot letter count. We won't do. Okay, we will check. If the word is noun, if P, then we will do C equal to C plus X dot letter count. But initially, even if the word is noun, even if the first word is noun, then also we won't do C equal to C plus letter count. We won't do because P is false. If P is holding value true, then only we will say we will do C equal to C plus X dot letter count. So if the first,
how are you telling that the BNC will increment only when the P is true?
because that's what given. No, if P means if P is if when the if condition is satisfied, then only we will say C equal to C plus letter count. So instead of condition here, we are giving P. What is P? P is some variable, Boolean variable. We will check for that value. If it is holding true, that means the if condition is true. The if condition here also, the output of if and or everything is nothing but either true or false, and condition or condition is either true or false. So instead of giving condition, we are just checking for the value, whether it is true or false. That's all.
Shouldn't
If
it be
it
if
is
not P
false,
for it to be like true?
so no, we are doing this updation. No, P equal to 2, we are updating. No, why to you
Doesn't
not
it
P?
means that if the part of speech is pronoun and part of speech is noun, if we encounter both of the words, then we will assign the value of P is equal to true.
No, let's interpret that later, but just follow whatever that is given in the code. Okay? Let's interpret that later. Just we will go whatever the code is given, whatever it is written. So what if the first word is noun, then also we are not doing C equal to C plus letter count. If the first word is noun, what we are doing, P equal to true we are setting, right? Here, if X dot parts of speech is noun, if P we will check. No, P is not set to true again, true, right? So C equal to C plus letter count won't happen. So after seeing first noun, then only we will make P to true. Okay.
No, I didn't understand why P has to be true at that place. P is already false, ma'am. How did P become true?
When P is becoming true, you check when P will become true. If X dot parts of speech equal to noun. So we will iterate through our cards. If the first word we will check if it is noun, what we will do? We will check for P. What is P? P is false. The condition is not satisfied. So we won't execute
No,
this
but
C
where
equal.
is it written that P has to be true for that
Yeah,
condition?
line number 13. Line number 13, you can see P equal to true you are doing. When you are doing P equal to true, if X dot parts of speech equal to noun. Okay.
That means, ma'am, it doesn't depends that C will increment or not, but P will become true after
Noun. After seeing noun.
Then where is Q written that Q has to be true for that first
And
part of speech is
Ma'am, I
wrong?
can't understand, ma'am. How if B is equal to noun, it is true. How can I understand, ma'am?
so after seeing noun, what you are doing? After seeing noun, you are just seeing the P value. Initially, P value is false. So C equal to C plus X dot letter count won't happen. But what will happen? P equal to true will happen. That's
P
what
will
you are doing.
true.
That's
What
what
is the
you
Okay,
use
ma'am.
of the then count will be also there if
what count?
then
Just
we will count it after seeing noun. If we are saying pronoun, then P will become automatically false. Then count will not happen, right?
so we will check whether it is noun. If it is noun, then only we will make P2 true. Okay.
So,
If
ma'am,
the
that
word is
Automatically it
pronoun
will
and
become
first
true,
noun
or
not be like their letter count will not.
automatically it won't become true. We will see whether it is noun or not. If it is noun, then we will make it to true. If it is not noun, then it will be false again. If the word is not noun, it will be false again. Okay.
Ma'am, so that means that first pronoun and first noun's letter count will not be counted.
Yeah, let us interpret that later. We'll go line by line, right? Well, true equal to true. When we are making true equal to true, in every iteration we will make.
Yes.
We will make every iteration we are making, because that is outside the if block but inside the while loop. So in every iteration we will do.
So that means, ma'am, first one shouldn't it be like B letter count we should add?
So if X dot word ends with full stop, then we will, if the word is ending with full stop, then we will say A equal to A plus X dot letter count, and Q equal to false we are setting. So when Q is set it to false, at the beginning of every sentence we are setting it to false, right? Because we are checking whether the word is ending with full stop. If the word is ending with full stop, that means the last word, that means you are at the last of a sentence. So at that sentence you are making Q equal to false.
So B will be still be 0, right?
Q equal to false at the beginning of every sentence.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you have made Q equal to true, right? In the iteration, even if the word is noun, you have made Q equal to true. So if the next word is like pronoun, then and Q will condition will be satisfied, and B equal to B plus X dot letter count will happen. So when B equal to B plus X dot letter count will happen?
When Q is true.
B equal to B plus X dot letter count. Sorry.
And word is part of speech and Q is true means the word.
That means part of speech is pronoun. That means the word is pronoun.
And it's not the first word of the sentence.
Yeah, it is not the first word. Word is pronoun, but it's not the first word, and not at the beginning of the sentence, or not a first word.
Ma'am, can you please explain the line 6 there where you have mentioned and Q? That I'm not able to understand what
First word
condition
in a
are you giving
sentence.
for Q?
So you when and condition will become true? If both sides of and, if the both conditions are satisfied. So Q is actually not a condition. Q is a Boolean variable. So what is the result of condition? Is either true or false. No, finally you will check the either true or false. Instead of checking for a condition, you will directly checking for the value here. What is the value of Q? It is false. So when and condition will become true when when the parts of speech is pronoun, and if the Q variable is holding true, then the and condition will become true, and you will say b equal to b plus x dot letter count. So for in every iteration, Q is becoming true, but at the beginning of the sentence, Q you are making false. So if the word is pronoun, and if it is not at the beginning, if it is not the first word of the sentence, then you are telling b equal to b plus x dot letter count. So that means what b will be counting actually, it will be counting the letter count of the pronoun. It will be counting the letter count of pronouns which are not at the beginning of a sentence, which are not the
But ma'am, at the end of every iteration, the queue is becoming false. So
at the end
how
of every
everything?
sentence. At the end of every sentence, Q is becoming false. So, but after seeing the first word, like after seeing the first word of your sentence, it will you are making it to true again. Okay. For the second word in your sentence, it will become true again. If your second word is pronoun, then Q will be true only. Q will be holding true at that time. But if your first word is pronoun, then Q is false. Right? Q is false. You won't be counting b equal to b plus x dot letter count. You won't do at that time. Okay. At the end of sentence also, you are making Q equal to false. So if the beginning of next sentence, if the next sentence is starting with pronoun, then Q will be still holding false, and b equal to b plus x dot letter count won't happen. But in that iteration, Q is becoming true. If the second word of your second sentence is pronoun, then Q is true, and x dot parts of speech is also pronoun, then b equal to b plus x dot letter count you will do. So b is actually the letter count, sum of letter counts of pronouns which are not at the beginning of the sentence, or which is not the first word in your sentence. Okay. So when we are doing b equal to b plus x dot letter count, when the word is pronoun, and Q also should be satisfied. But Q we are making at the beginning of every sentence Q to false. So that's why for the first word, even if it is a pronoun, Q will be false, so it won't be counted. Only for if the pronoun is coming at the second word, third word, or at the end, then only we will count. But if it is at the beginning, then we won't be adding some. Okay.
Ma'am, and if P and Q were first, if it was true instead of false there.
If you don't have doubt means can we leave, ma'am?
Yeah, if you don't have doubt, then you can leave.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
What is the need of introducing this P and Q here?
What is it?
What is the
Sorry?
need?
Yeah, need means in order to, so you wanted to what? Check for this some condition, no? Actually you wanted to count only the pronouns which are not at the first. So what you are doing, you are making use of the variable here Q. So Q you are making it false at the beginning of every sentence, and in the iteration itself you are making true. Not to achieve something you are doing that. Okay. But if you cannot check directly at the whether it is at the beginning of the sentence or not, you cannot check directly, you know, that's why. You can.
What if the P and Q was set to true at first?
It will be.
It will record the first sentence also.
Yeah, for the first word also it will be counting. There won't be any need of making Q to true again. Yeah, but we want to enclose that case, not
No,
to
but if
enclose.
we changed it like P and Q to true, but the other ones also changed, like where P is true, it would be false, and where P is false, it would be true. Then
So,
also same.
No, it won't be same at that case. It will be counting only the pronouns which are coming at the beginning of sentence. Here it will be counting the pronouns which are not letter count of the pronouns which are not at the beginning of the sentence. Okay.
Okay. I think A is the letter count of the last word.
Wait, let us see. Okay. So B is nothing but the sum of letter counts of pronouns and not a first word in your sentence. That pronoun must not be the letter count in your sentence. What is C? C is nothing but C equal to C plus X dot letter count when you are doing, if it is a noun, and P also should be satisfied. When P equal to true, you are making only after seeing a noun. you are making after seeing a noun. So you have two nouns consequently. Then you will make, then P will be true. See, for after seeing first noun, P will be true. And after seeing the second noun,
P will
noun,
be recorded.
yeah, noun is true. X dot parts of speech is noun. And P is also true. So you will see C equal to C plus X dot letter count. So what happens if you see noun and then if it is followed by some other verb or something? Then for the first noun, it will make P equal to true. And after seeing verb, what it will see? After seeing the verb, the parts of speech is not noun. So else part it will execute and P equal to false will happen. So C equal to C plus X dot letter count will happen only if only for the consecutive. If you have two nouns, not alternatively, consequently, like a noun after a noun. Now, if there are three nouns, okay, if there are three nouns, so let us see if there are
How
two
many more
nouns.
questions are remaining? Because
Yeah,
there are
this
other
is
classes, ma'am. So that's why.
Yeah, this is the last question actually.
Then shall I leave, ma'am?
Yeah, you can leave. Okay, you can
Can we-
leave. Yeah.
Ma'am,
So, ma'am, C means consecutive nouns.
No, okay, consecutive. Let us see. So if it is a noun, if the first word you are seeing is a noun, then you won't count it. You won't count it. Right? If the second word is also a noun, then you will count. C equal to C plus X dot letter count
So it
will
is noun
happen.
after noun.
Sorry?
So it is noun after noun.
Yeah, noun after. If the third word is also a noun, if the third word is also a noun, then also it will count. If the fourth word is also a noun, then also will count. So it will count. And but if the second word, if the first word is noun, and if the second word is verb, then P equal to false. You are doing, no? If the first word is noun, then you will make P equal to true. And if the second word is verb, then the condition P equal to false you are doing. So only if the nouns are coming consequently, then only in that case you are counting the letter count.
Leaving the first noun, except the first.
Can you show the options again?
Except the first noun. What is C? So B we have checked for, no? What will B represent at the end of execution? Sum of the letter count of all pronouns which appear at the end of sentence? No. Sum of the letter counts of all pronouns except the pronouns which appear at the end of sentence? No. Sum of the letter count of all pronouns except the pronouns which appear at the beginning of the
Yeah.
sentence? C, right?
Yes, ma'am. This.
Yeah, sum of the letter count of all pronouns which appear at the beginning of a sentence? No.
No.
Only the C option is correct. Okay. What is D?
Now, can you take one sentence and explain it?
What?
Like, for example, can you take one
Ma'am,
sentence?
can you once show the option C?
Option C. What is C represent, no?
Yes, ma'am.
So sum of the letter count of all nouns except the first in each sentence, sum of the letter count of alternative nouns, sum of the letter count of alternative nouns in each consecutive.
D.
Yeah. Sum of the letter counts of all consecutive nouns except the first in each sequence. You got it right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Because when we are doing C equal to C plus X dot letter count, only if we have seen two noun like consequent nouns. For the first noun, it won't increment C equal to C plus letter count. For the second, third, if they are coming, then only we will increment the C equal to C plus X dot letter count. So it is sum of the letter counts of all nouns which come consequently. And for A,
Can you explain
what we are doing?
by taking a sentence? By taking a sentence example, C.
Yeah, tell me, you give an example. Actually, so there is nothing here. So we are checking if the X dot parts of speech is noun. Okay. If the first word is noun, then if P we will check. If P is initially false, so we won't execute C equal to C plus X dot letter count. Instead, what we will do, we will make P equal to true. Okay. If the second word that we are coming, that if the second word is also a noun, then if the extra parts of speech equal to noun condition will be satisfied. If P condition will be satisfied, so C equal to C plus X dot letter count will happen. So if the nouns are coming consequently, then only we are adding, except the first noun we will add. So if the third word is also a noun, then what we will see? If X dot parts of speech is noun, yes, that is satisfied. If P, the condition is also true, C equal to C plus X dot letter count we will do. So if the nouns are coming consequently, except for the first noun, we are adding letter count to C. Okay, let us take the case. If the first word is noun and the second word is verb or something, then what happens? If the first word is noun, you will set P equal to true. But if the second word is verb, what you will do? P equal to false, again you will set. Okay. So again, if you have seen another noun, then also you will make it to true. But if the another word is like again a verb or pronoun or something, P equal to false, again you will set. So the thing is, only you will count C equal to C plus X dot letter count will happen only if the nouns are coming consequently. And for the first noun, you won't add the letter count. Instead, you will set P equal to true. That's all.
Ma'am, can you tell about
thank
A
you.
again? A.
Yeah. A. For A, what we are doing? If X dot word ends with full stop, then you will see A equal to A plus X dot letter count. What is A?
A word that
And words.
Last word of the sentence.
Letter counts, some of the letter counts of the words which are at the end of each sentence.
Okay. So ma'am, let's say we have more sentences, but ma'am, that A is not going to get reinitialized to 0, so it will be keep adding.
So A is not getting.
So
Yeah,
that is what we
A
want.
is some of the letter counts. No, some of the letter counts of last word of every sentence.
Okay, fine.
Yeah. It is, if you're setting it to 0, then it will be updated with a new last word letter count, but you are adding it. So it is a sum of the letter counts. So it is not required to set it to 0 here. If you set it to 0, it will be just storing at the end. It will be storing the letter count of the last words, last word of last sentence.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. What will A represent? Some of the letter count of the words which are at the end of each sentence.
Yes,
C.
Some of the letter counts which are at the end, except for the first sentence.
C.
Yes.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
I have a doubt in non-graded assignment. Can I ask?
Yeah, that thing you can ask in open session. Okay.
Ma'am,
Friday.
everything is clear other than the B.
Other than
B.
B, what is B?
Yes, ma'am. Like, when do we update Q, ma'am? Like, I mean, that part is
Ma'am,
not.
Yeah,
after
Q.
every
Ma'am,
word,
we
Q is
don't
becoming
want
false.
pronoun in first word and last word.
Why you don't want? So when Q is set to true, Q equal to true, you are doing inside while. Inside every iteration, you are doing Q equal to true. So Q will, so at the beginning, so initially you will be starting with Q equal to false. And after iterating, after checking for the value of Q, you will make Q to true for the first card itself. And then at the end of every sentence, you will make Q equal to false. That means at the end of, for every sentence, Q equal to false initially. But after saying a word, it will be made to true. But after checking for the condition, you are making Q equal to true. That's why Q, what will B will represent? B equal to B plus X dot letter count you are doing only if it is a pronoun, and Q must be true. So for Q, when you are making it to true, in every iteration you are making it to true, but at the beginning of the sentence it is false. At the beginning of every sentence it is false. So you won't be counting first pronoun. If the first word is pronoun, then Q variable will be holding false. So you won't be adding it. Okay, but if the second word is a pronoun, then you have already made it Q to true. Then that second pronoun will be counted. If the third word is pronoun, that also will be counted. So only for the first word in your sentence, if it is a pronoun, that won't be added to B. Because at the beginning of sentence, at the end of your sentence, that means at the beginning of new sentence, B will be holding false. So, but after checking the condition, you are making Q equal to true. So it won't be counting the number of pronouns which are at the beginning. At the beginning pronoun, you won't be counting. Other than that, every pronoun you will be counting. Yeah, you will be summing. Okay.
Ma'am, it means that whenever.
Please show the options for B.
Hello, ma'am. Does it mean that whenever P and Q are true, in that case only A, B, C will be executed, right?
Ma'am, can we ask the questions and activity today? No.
Yeah, this is actually open session. Okay. Yeah, you can. There is TA office hour session that is happening. Just let me do something there. Yeah, you can ask whatever doubts you have there.
Can we leave this meeting now?
Yeah, you can definitely leave.
Thank you,
Can you
ma'am.
show the C option also once?
Yeah, just give me a minute.
Can you also give the solutions for the A, B, and C?
And ma'am, one more thing, can you upload this to our portals, ma'am, your slides?
Yeah, they are getting uploaded, right? Week 1, week 2 are getting uploaded. Are already uploaded, no?
Okay, ma'am.
Ma'am, in which part can we see? I mean, which part of the seek thing we can see, ma'am?
There is solve with instructor tab for every week, or in the supplementary contents you can find.
Okay, ma'am.
Ma'am, will you continue this session more?
No, if you have doubt, I can continue regarding the presentation. But if you are not having doubt, you can leave. Just if you have some activity question related doubt or anything, you can go to TA office hour sessions. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
So just do one thing. To keep getting the supporting regarding this because we are test only one possibility of regarding this. Or you can just ask out to your peers regarding the ID card. So if they can see that, if visible to them, to your peers, then there will be an issue from your side on this. And if it's not visible,
Ma'am, I have one more doubt regarding the last question. Ma'am, so actually B and C are almost same, ma'am. I mean, like B is for nouns, but and C is for pronouns. But I mean, rest that like except the first one, it gives the count of all the other ones, isn't it, ma'am?
Sorry.
Ma'am, like so C will represent sum of letter counts of all nouns except the first in each sentence, or all consecutive nouns only, ma'am. I mean,
Only
that.
consecutive nouns. Only consecutive.
Oh, so for example, if it is like like if it is Monday morning like that, so that time it will only count the morning like that, no? Like,
Yeah, if it is Monday morning, so for the even for C, what happens? I will share my screen. So in the case of C, what is C? C equal to C plus letter count when you are doing. Sorry. So C equal to C plus letter count when you are doing only if P is true. So when P is, you are setting it to true after seeing a noun. Okay, after seeing a noun, you will set P equal to true. But if the next word is not noun, then you will set P equal to false again. Okay, for the first noun, you want to do C equal to C plus letter count, you are not doing. Okay, but if there are two nouns that are coming consequently, then only for the second noun letter count will be updated. C equal to C plus letter count will happen only for the second noun. But if there is noun and verb,
yes.
in
Then
that case
after
also,
that, there's a noun. Like suppose there's a noun, verb, then noun.
then also that letter count won't be counted because P equal to false we are making, no, if X dot parts of speech is not noun.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, ma'am. But in case of pronoun, like it is not necessarily conjugative, ma'am. So it's just that
Yeah.
in every sentence, at the beginning of every sentence, it gets updated to false, and then it just counts the from the second pronoun onwards. Like suppose if there are 3 pronouns in the sentence, it will take the second 2. I mean, like that.
Yes, only for the first pronoun it won't count. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Any other doubts?
No, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. Thanks all. Okay, if no one are having doubt, we'll close the session here. Thank you.